So Andrew, are you happy with the way the house turned out?
Oh yes, we're really happy with the finished product. Always wanted to have a fibro beach house. To me, a beach house on the coast is always going to be something fibro, not a modern sort of brick or steel and glass structure. I wanted a contemporary design with lots of outdoor living space, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out.
So can you talk us through the design?
Okay, well the original house was in two separate quarters. It had an elongated garage which was about 18 to 19 metres long, and it had this fibro house which was built in the 1950s, which was a 9 by 6 metre area, and it had about 9 rooms in there. What we wanted to do was just open it up and create, I guess, a place that would be very comfortable for us to come down and stay on weekends and for extended holiday periods.
We can see that the house is made up of 2 pavilions. Who came up with that idea?
Our designer, Matt, came up with that idea. It was something we'd seen in a couple of houses but never really considered it for Currarong. It was Matt that came up with the bold concept of separating the living areas from the sleeping quarters.
Tell us about these awnings. They're such a major feature in the design.
Yeah, the awnings are a very big part of the design. I'd mentioned to Matt that I wanted to incorporate my company's product. I have a company, Outrigger Awnings, that manufactures all these outdoor style products for houses. The ones on Currarong are a batten style awning. It's a design that I have a patent on, and it enables us to do a very rigid fabric structure that is suitable for an area like Currarong, which is a high wind area. It also enabled us to do a design where we have a 21 metre long gutter at the centre of a V style awning which fed a charged downpipe, and it's filled with rainwater tank, and that rainwater tank then services all our outdoor water needs.
I'm intrigued by the idea of the 2 buildings in the design of this home, and with me is the designer, Matt Dickson. With this house, Matt, you've really looked at the true meaning of the word weekender. It's something you're really passionate about, isn't it?
Really, it depends on the client. In this instance, the client has brought all the right ingredients to the project. They've got a very modest brief to start with. They haven't come in requiring swimming pools and spas and double garages and pool tables and all those sorts of things. They've really condensed their requirements down. So it's essentially their needs that have kept this a modest scale and kept it with the character of a weekender, which is relatively small spaces, very little servicing. A lot of openings out to large deck areas and really quite humble materials.
It can get fairly cold living near the beach, and this is a really big room, so how is it heated?
Well, heating for the living space is provided by a central, I think it's a Jetmaster fireplace, more or less encased by a reinforced concrete surround and lid, which helps to store a lot of the radiation from the heater itself. And that's the core heating for that space. And all the spaces like the living area and the dining area and the kitchen all are arranged around that, so that in winter it is effectively warm.
Another interesting thing with this house is it doesn't have a front door. Why is that?
Well, I think that's related to this notion of informality, and people who are coming to this place are people who know it and love it, and they don't need to be directed necessarily to a front door. What we've really developed here is like an external hallway, so that this central space between the old cottage and the bunkhouse has become the entry hall, and that's the place where Andrew's awning structures have been integrated. So that's quite a festive kind of celebration of this spine and this informal entryway. So the front door is there in essence, but it's not a door that you'll open and shut or that a courier needs to come to, because they're just not part of the scene down here.